Welcome to the CARAHCAST Data Center Innovation Series, where we take a close look at the tech, trends, and issues shaping the future of data centers in the public sector. I'm your host, CARAHCAST Consulting CTO, Scott Robon. We have the great opportunity today to speak with Steve Vogelsang, the CTO of Nokia Federal Solutions. Steve has extensive experience and engagement commercially and across the public sector. We'll be touching on the impact of AI for data center architecture, the role of network automation, federal certifications, and more. So, Steve, welcome. Thanks a ton for being with us today. As we get started, could you give us a little bit of your bio, your origin story, and your history in networking?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Scott, for having me on the podcast. I'm excited about the opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I'm an old school networking guy. Been in the networking industry since the '90s, primarily working on data networks. Started a company in the early 2000s. We built a service provider edge routing platform. Ended up selling that company, and then had an opportunity to come on over to Nokia, which at the time was Alcatel-Lucent. They had another startup that I kind of competed with in my previous company that Alcatel-Lucent had acquired called Timetra. Really nice routing platform, and was just going to make a go at competing with Juniper and Cisco and the big service providers around the globe. So I joined up with that team, and we had a lot of fun. Managed to grow that business, and very successful in taking share, and ultimately built that into the world's leading, excluding China, edge routing business. So those systems are now globally deployed. So that was a fun ride. And then most recently, a few years back, still with Nokia, teamed up with Mike Loomis, who's now the CEO of Nokia Federal Solutions, and we took on the challenge of helping Nokia really to figure out how we can take our products and technology and help the U.S. government with their various missions.
Pretty good. Yeah, no, there's a strong technology heritage with all the points along the timeline that you called out. I think the one big thing is when people think of Nokia, they still think mobility and wireless. And of course, that's still important, but you've got all this other networking infrastructure and services you can do with that and for that. Do you want to kind of call out the distinctions there for folks?
Yeah, it's really interesting making that shift from primarily working with the big service providers. The big service providers know who Nokia is. We've been supplying infrastructure equipment to them. And as you mentioned, we're probably better known for wireless. And that really dates back to the days when Nokia was a phone company. We built smartphones, or actually prior to smartphones, we were a world leader in that business. And we sold that off a while back, really to focus on the infrastructure. And so, yeah, better known for 5G. But over the years, Nokia has been acquiring and merging various entities. And as I mentioned, that merger of Alcatel-Lucent, Alcatel-Lucent was a world leader in IP routing and optical transport. And now we're constantly expanding the portfolio. But one of the areas, maybe 6-7 years ago that we expanded into is data center.